Welcome everybody to Crub. The rate is great. I'm here with three very dashing contestants for this week's episode of The Rate is Great. We have to my stage left, Chris Mykonos
Hi, I'm doing great.
We have the ever popular Rackrocks.
Hey, I have a question for Sean once he introduces himself.
And we have a fourth person that I haven't introduced yet, but I guess now you know, it's Wolfkaosaun Sean!
Yeah, that's me. What's your question?
Why do you have pregnant Yoshi?
Why is this how you opened the episode?
This is an audio podcast.
He has
Sean
a
has
pregnant Yoshi
on his
in
shelf,
the
and we
back.
have no idea why.
I don't know why. It doesn't need an answer. I just needed to
What are you talking
about?
It's
anyway,
fine.
Anyway, that's a great segue into what we're doing this week. It's really not. I have put together a game show for my three contestants on this week's episode to play along with, and they are going to be trying to guess the sold prices for a bunch of different things that I found on eBay. Yes, these are things that people bought and paid for, and they got shipped to them. I am not making up prices. This is what people paid for them.
I'm excited and afraid.
We're going to start on a very simple round. You just got to guess the price. If you go over, you go bust.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Yes. Yeah. No, actually, no, I'm not.
I
can't go on.
have one question. So is it going to go do we go in order, say Mykonos fan says his, and Brody, and then me, or how are we doing that?
It's going to be Chris, Sean, Brody. Second round will be Sean, Brody, Chris. And then we'll go in a circle, keep going like that.
Sounds
and I'll
good.
also ask for your prices as well. But if everybody is ready, we can get started. I'm going to switch it over to The Rate is Great, made by JTart9, parentheses, famous. The first item on the show this week. What do you think the price of 50-cent bulletproof PlayStation 2, PS2, 2005, complete with manual, complete in box?
Oh.
With manual?
Complete with manual, complete in box. So I took the listing for the item, and I completely copied and pasted it exactly how it was. So I feel like that kind of has a lot of value to how you could see how much someone would pay for something like this. They took a very long, in fact, they took great care in getting all the SEO. Chris, how much do you think that this copy of 50-cent bulletproof for PS2, complete with manual, complete in box, sold for?
Can I air some thoughts?
Of course.
As I decide, because 50 cents a hot commodity. The case especially for our audio listeners, was in great condition. You know, there was a yellow sticker from whatever store it was purchased from on it. You know, collector's item quality, really. Are we including shipping price?
Shipping is not included.
Okay.
It is just the sold price.
That's sold for $7.99.
$7.99. All right. Sean, what do you think that 50 cent sold for?
$12.
$12?
Yep. That immediately came to mind. I'm like, it might be around 15, but I could see it be a little lower. I'm going with 12.
All right. And Brody, what do you
manual.
think? Complete with manual.
Complete with manual. I'm going to go...
I don't trust it.
I'm going to go 20.
$20.
The manual is a buff, right? If you have the manual, that is a boost.
That is true.
It is.
And I'm going to swap over to what this item sold for, and you will be shocked to learn that Brody did get the point. This game sold for $39.99.
What?
Okay.
So Brody does have the first point.
It's in such terrible condition.
The thing is that wasn't even... That wasn't even that hard
with the
around.
sticker. It's the sticker that I was like, I don't know.
That's not even 50 Cent put on the sand where he keeps going, that bitch took my skull, and he has to hunt down whoever took the skull he had or whatever.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's true.
I forgot about that.
It's just the PS2 version too. I think that might be more rare. I'm not going to lie.
Maybe.
But now that you guys are starting to gauge the
See
vibe,
how terribly this is going to go.
see how terribly this is going to go, we have our next item. That item being Behind Enemy Lines UMD video PSP factory sealed.
Factory sealed. Okay.
This is a factory sealed item, which may or may not upgrade his value. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Sean, you are the first person to guess for this one.
$12.
$12. You're sticking.
$12.
You're sticking to your guns.
I don't see many people wanting to watch Owen Wilson on their PSP. $12.
It is a very hot commodity. Brody.
No, I think we're still lowballing these things too much. This is a rare collectible.
It's factory sealed.
Factory sealed, rare collectible. It's got to be. I mean, at least 20. I'm going to go 20 again because I feel like that's.
It didn't fail him last time.
I feel like we're lowballing this. $20.
Yeah, well, because I don't know.
It didn't fail him last time.
If everyone else is going to lowball, I may as well just lowball a little higher because then I just automatically win.
It didn't fail Brody, so we'll see if it works for him this time.
That's unfortunate for you, Brody, because immediately, I looked at the cover and thought that was Dean Norris, Hank Schrader instead of Gene Hackman, just because we were talking about that in a pre-show. And I was like, that's funny. But PSP freaks are weird. PSP video is strange. It's eclectic. It's factory sealed, which means there's not a lot of things like that. So I'm not saying this is like a very high value item, but I think the people who want it would pay a bit for it because they're obsessively completing a PSP movie collection, right? I'm going to say $70.
$70. Well, unfortunately for everybody involved, you all did go bust. This movie sold for $5.99.
That's reasonable. Why didn't I say that?
Yeah,
it sold for $5.99. It almost, the price that someone paid for that is almost the same as the shipping price.
Almost.
Honestly, that's criminal. That's a steal.
It's a steal, right?
The person who sold that lost money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They spent almost as much money to get rid of it as they did in getting it back, and then they had to pay eBay fees as well.
Yeah, they want that 9 cents, baby.
We're not going to keep going for everybody going bust. No one just gets a point that round. So we're going to go straight to the next item. And that item is Taylor Swift debut low number 348 crystal clear turquoise vinyl 2 LP rare RSD-3750 new.
Okay.
So
what?
Okay, that's a curveball.
Yeah, that's a curveball.
This is one for you. This is you're the first one to respond to this one. So, what do you think that this went for?
Oh, it sounds if it sounds as much of a collector's item as the title makes it seem. Swifties are insane. That's got to be like at least $2,000. I'm gonna put $2,000 on that. I don't even care.
Okay. $2,000. Yep. All right, Chris, you are next. How much do you think that Taylor Swift debut album went for?
Brody's points are valid, but since it's Taylor Swift, I imagine everything ever is mass produced and called a collector's item, right? I'm going to say that sold for like $39.
Okay.
$39 flat. I'm not giving you any cents. You did not claim any cents. So, Sean.
I wasn't expecting a Swiftie thing here, not going to lie.
I'm going to go...
pretty sure I just heard my wife laugh from the other room because I know she's watching, and she probably looked up what it was and is laughing at my answer.
Well,
all right, Sean, take that whichever way you want.
I'm glad that they're enjoying it as much as I am because I'm having a great time so far.
Yeah, I don't even know. Okay,
flip a coin is what it feels like. Right?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with $1,200.
$1,200. $1,200.
Well, I can go until it works.
I can confidently give you the answer that somebody did get pretty close, and that was Sean. This album sold for $1,527.
Oh, what? It's not even signed.
It's not signed.
It doesn't need to be.
It's just sealed.
Oh, it's
just brand new.
The hit was in the title. It's 348 of 3750. It was actually kind of rare.
And it said new right in the title as well.
Yeah.
Brody, why didn't you tell me?
Which is why I specifically take the whole item. I take the whole item title. I put that right there so that way you guys have all of the information there.
Right.
which is valid.
Now, if I convert my guess from Canadian to American,
I should have prefaced this by saying that it is American, not Canadian.
yes, that is. It's not. I actually have to adjust my thinking a little bit for that.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
even realize.
I'm sorry
Gosh,
about
that
that.
is a debuff.
Yeah.
But we're going
Yeah.
straight into the next item. There was a little bit of a sneak peek on the stream. What do you all think the Microsoft Xbox One S Minecraft Limited Edition bundle 1 terabyte with controller and cord sold for?
And this is sold for on a secondhand market.
This is all sold on eBay, and someone bought this. Someone bought this at the price. I did not take what someone asked for it. I took what someone paid for it.
Yeah.
It comes with the Creeper controller. I will go back to the picture for you, Chris, because I want to point out that on the picture, the thumbsticks have been chewed off. There is no rubber on those thumbsticks.
Oh. Yeah, no, those are bear boys.
Oh.
But that's easily fixable, right? Like Xbox controllers can be customized.
Yeah,
I mean,
but do you really
but
want to...
this is a limited edition controller with a limited
They
edition
chewed
console.
off the Minecraft Creeper thumb pad rubber.
Okay.
That's just a part of them now. Their
Right.
DNA.
Yeah.
They'll pass that on.
How much you think?
I'm delaying because I have no idea.
Your brain has gone for a loop
Yeah.
after seeing Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect now, right? It's like, well, was it really that limited then? But then I fell into that trap last time. I'm just going to say $400. I don't know.
$400.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
It
Sean.
looks cool.
What do you
So
think?
it's limited edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's limited edition. The controller looks kind of crappy, but some people don't care about that for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of box. I'm gonna go with, instead of doing like the whole like 12-bit that I've been doing, I'm gonna double it and go 240.
240.
240, baby.
Brody.
I don't think it's sold for less than full price. That is my thing. Like I'm gonna say $900.
$900. I am.
Jeez.
I am.
That was such a jump based on your speculation.
I am so sad to say that you all went bust because the correct answer was $239.99.
Oh.
No, Sean!
Sean has head in the hands.
That's the worst part is when Sean said 240, I was like, well, that sounds kind of reasonable, actually.
It sold for $239.99. I am sorry to say.
I should have stuck with 12. I should have stuck with 12.
This is a learning curve. This is a learning experience because we haven't been saying the 99s, and I feel like we need to adjust.
That's a part of the rate is great. That's a part of the game.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be 250. I thought it was going to be 250.
You were so close when you said 240, and I looked at the answer. I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
I hate being alive.
Well, I hope you don't hate being alive as much as Brody does, because next we are going to be looking at Full Metal Alchemist: Prince of the Dawn Square Enix Nintendo Wii Japan import. Now, I will say that this item is not being sold by a overseas seller. This is being sold from the US. So I want to give full information. This is an import item, but being sold from the US.
Okay.
So, actually, it is Sean's turn to go first. So, Sean, how much do you think that this game went for?
So it's inbox, has the manual.
Has the manual. Made by Square Enix.
Made by Square Enix, imported from here. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna double the 240, 480.
$480
for
480.
Full Metal Alchemist: Prince of the Dawn.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's just a weird feeling.
That's a bold guess.
And I swear if I'm like a cent off again, I'm going to just doesn't matter. Go on.
Well, it's going to be Brody's chance to guess.
I am going to put in. I'm gonna do the opposite of what Sean did and half that and go 119.99.
That was
119.99. All right,
that's
Chris, you have the last opportunity to guess at what the price of Full Metal Alchemist: Prince of the Dawn for Nintendo Wii.
I can't tell if these guesses are ridiculous or if I'm the ridiculous one at this point. I'm going to say $54.99.
$54.99.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to
I
switch
don't
over
feel
to
like
the
this is a
screen.
game anyone should want. Is my
This
problem.
is also a game that is being sold from the US, which means that it is not converting over with the yen or anything like that.
Right.
But I'm going to transition the screen now to show you what the price actually was. It was $15.99. This game was sold for $15.99. So
Damn.
I should have.
You guys-
I need to bring back 12.
if people if people were going to be selling to this group, I think you'd make a lot of money.
I'm thinking like, okay, it's not it's being sold in the U.S., but it is still an import. It's a rare.
Yeah, that's what I was
game.
thinking.
And I thought that
fans
Brody,
are,
you
like,
might have had
weird.
an idea there because you're a big Full Metal Alchemist guy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I was thinking, okay, I think my mistake is thinking things have to be more than their initial price.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I went back to 50 cent. I was like, look, that manual that brought it up higher. That's what I was going with, and instead I should have just went for $12.
And you went for $480.
Yeah, no, that was insane. That was absolutely bonkers.
We've talked about good games in the pre-show, like Skies of Arcadia being $150, or before we went on.
Yeah.
Like the idea that this game would
This
be
game is
$500.
$480.
I don't know what the import market looks like. Okay, I don't
Well,
know.
God.
I'm just guessing.
Well,
Like,
you're gonna-
I'm here making the mistake of like thinking, oh yeah, anime itself is expensive, so clearly
Yeah.
the game would be too, right? But no,
Yeah.
no.
Nope.
Well, we're going into the last item of round one, and this is one that I
Okay.
think Chris never heard of before. So,
Only Chris though.
this
Yeah.
is the Anodyne Therapy Professional System Model 480. Now, you guys might be asking, what is the Anodyne Therapy Professional System Model 480? And that is a great question, and I have a description right here. The Anodyne Therapy System provides a non-intrusive, drug-free way to increase circulation to nerves and reduce neuropathic pain. Using
I could use
near-infrared
that.
light to locally release nitric oxide, a powerful vacillator from red blood cells, Anodyne Therapy improves nerve function and supports the growth of new blood vessels and skin cells for necessary wound healing. Brody, how much do you think the Anodyne Therapy Professional System sold for on eBay?
This is giving me neuropathic pain. Jeez. $100.
$100.
$99.99.
Can I ask you a
$99.99.
question before Brody's is locked in?
Yes.
Can we ask the condition of the item?
This one's used. Not in the box.
Right,
so
there
it doesn't
isn't
come
like
with
a
it.
there isn't
Yeah.
like a very good, very bad.
No, it's just used.
Okay.
Okay.
$99.99.
I'll stick with mine.
$99.99 for Brody. All right, Chris, you are next. What do you think that this is sold for? Have you ever heard of this?
To be clear for anyone listening, this is because the game Anodyne 2 came out. I messaged Kevin the Golden Bolt and I was like, yo, this game looks kind of cool. It's got like a PS1 aesthetic. And he said, don't ever talk to me again. I was like, oh, okay. And like a week later, he just messages me about the game. He's like, hey, I saw this game on Twitter. It looks pretty cool. He's completely forgetting I ever talked to him. I was just like, what the hell, man? I don't know medical equipment. I'm inclined to say that this is either so incredibly niche that no one needs it, or some poor hospital in like Albania was like, we just need one of these to save people. Ours broke. This is the only option we have, which is why I'm going to say $173.99.
$173.99. Sean.
I was gonna go 120, and then Brody did his 99.99, so $12.
$12.
$12.
Well, I'm glad to say that nobody went bust this round. You've
Yay.
been having a habit of that, but someone did get a point.
Yeah, Chris got a point.
Chris
Huh?
received a point for this product because it was sold for $1,275.
Oh my God! Jeez.
Well, there's no interest if paid in full in 6 months on $99 plus with
Jeez.
PayPal credit. Free shipping.
Do
This isn't
not
that bad.
understand medical equipment. I guess
Does that
US. I guess that makes sense. Maybe.
It looks like an Atari controller
Does that
of some
even
kind.
work? Anodyne.
Like you'd strap it onto your body and it would vibrate or something.
Yeah, right. But that is the
Well,
end of the first round. And
Someone got a point.
So I know everybody. Okay, so the way we're at right now, where we're standing is Chris has 1 point, Sean has 1 point, Brody has 1 point. Brody got a
should
point
have
for
another.
50 Cent. Sean got a point for Taylor Swift. And then Chris really does know Anodyne. He is a fan of Anodyne. He knows what he's talking about.
I'm so
Is
mad.
this going better or worse than you imagined, Justin?
This is going exactly how I expected it to go.
I'm so mad.
Somehow Justin managed to balance this. I don't know how.
A lot of playtesting. Promise.
I'm so mad about Minecraft.
Well, I mean, you don't have time to be mad about it because we're going into the second round. That second round being higher or lower. So I'm going to show you a bunch of different items. I cannot see what Chris is putting up on camera.
Whatever Chris put up.
Also, I switched to the PowerPoint, so no one really didn't see that.
That's okay.
The higher or lower round, I'm going to show you a price for an item. You're going to tell me if it's higher or lower. The first item being the patreon.com/Crub. Under or over $5.01, boys. What do you guys think that this item goes for?
This item, what's the item? A Taco Bell bag?
Patreon.com/Crub.
Well, what's included? That's the real
I
question.
feel like this has multiple prices.
I mean,
Justin.
It does, but the price to get through the door.
Maybe we win no matter what.
I think everybody's a winner when you subscribe to patreon.com/Crub because you get all the content that Crub ever makes all in one easy to access place.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, can you tell us some stuff that we can find at patreon.com/Crub?
Our dignity, because we left it at the door.
I don't have that.
Justin was so proud of this plug.
We've been putting. He really is. Kevin and Trav have been playing Overcooked. Episode 2 of that one up today. For $5, you get access to all the video content we make. We also have an audio podcast series where Kevin, Justin, and I are going through all of the original Pokemon anime. We're up to like episode 30 or something. I lost track. We have tier list where Sean will custom tailor it to individual Crub members. That's going up soon. We'll see what the schedule looks like. Brody, I forget what you do. What do you have?
I play co-op games so far, basically just with Justin and Sean.
Yeah.
But we'll
branch out. We'll branch out to more people.
100 hours of exclusive content if you go higher than $5.01
exactly.
at 10.
Yeah. But you just get in, just $5 a month. Anyway, our real first item is.
So we don't get points for that, by the way.
No, because the answer is variable. The real first item is NA Genshin Impact AR-55 Linny plus Sig Yelan Sig official skin Arlecchino etc.
Is that like a gun?
How much do you think that this account sold for? More than or less than $50? This is an account.
Higher.
Brody's saying higher. Brody thinks this went for more than $50. So you're getting.
I'm just gonna say when Nico did the plug answer, he gave points when we got it right. I might like Nico a little more than you, but also speaking of a little more, I know that account sold for more than $50.
So everyone's at 2 points now because Chris is complaining.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. This sounds like something that would be valuable to people like you. So I think it's more than $50.
More than $50. Yeah. There are 10 5-star characters. There's a couple of signature weapons.
I'm also going to say higher. And I'm basing that off of RuneScape logic because I sold my account for like stupid amounts of money back when I was younger. So kind of comparing the two, I'm going to say higher for sure.
All right. Well, I'm happy to say that none of you took the bait. You all get a point because this account sold for $70, not $50.
I didn't think it would be a lot higher.
Yeah, honestly, that's still low.
Yeah, lower than you thought, right? Also, some criminals sold that with shipping, and it's just an account that you can just give.
Gosh. I like the idea of like shipping, like getting a piece of mail that has like the entire information on it that you had to pay to get shipped to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the account info. And it's just like a little letter. Oh, that's so
we're going to go straight into the next item. NCAA Football 14, Microsoft Xbox 360 2013 game disc only tested.
We'll see.
Oh,
this is rough.
Sean,
this is the.
Oh, Chris is the first. Actually, Sean goes first on this one. So, Sean, do you think that NCAA Football 14 game disc only sold for more or less than $70?
Because I have one of those. I looked those up a while ago. That was like a couple years ago. It was definitely higher than that. But the issue is now they have college football coming back, so that price might have gone down.
Or up.
Nah, it would have gone up. I don't think it would have gone up too much. Okay. but it's
just the disc. It is tested though. It does work.
It is tested, so it's not in like poor condition or anything.
Yeah, for audio listeners, it's just in a blank CD case.
Okay. It's just because I don't know what the price is because
I think you've dealt Sean a mortal blow.
Yeah, because
Sean, I'm gonna have to press you for an answer, higher or lower.
I'm gonna say, Yu-Gi-Oh! Heart of the Cards. I'm gonna go higher.
Higher.
I don't know what the new game's doing to it. That's the only issue. Go ahead,
Brody. Higher or lower than $70 for NCAA 14, just the disc, but it is tested.
Obviously, I guess I just don't know about sports games as much as Sean, but I remember going back and trying to go to EB Games and sell like my sports games, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you a quarter for this one and 2 quarters for this one. So I'm going to go lower because I can't imagine a world in which a sports game sells for that much used.
Well, here's the thing.
This is a rare one, right?
They discontinued college football. Like
this is the last college football game that they made.
Yeah. So
because of the lawsuit, they had a lawsuit with using the likeness of amateur athletes.
Yeah, without them getting paid. So like from 2014 till now, that's been the last game.
That's kind of why I think it might be higher, because it might be reminding more people about the series and more people might be wanting the game all of a sudden, right? I'm going to say higher.
I just don't know.
Chris is saying higher. All right, well, boys, I am pleased to announce that Brody got the point. It is lower, but not by much. It is sold for $65.
Yeah, with the shipping,
just the disc.
Yeah,
it was over 70, but due to the rule.
Yeah, I remember it used to be. Yeah, it was definitely. I know it was definitely higher than that back in the day. It's just I didn't know.
I have another great question to ask you, gentlemen. Do you think that the price of this item is higher or lower compared to the Atari Jaguar 64 bits retro video game console parts only won't turn on? It does not turn on. The Jaguar is broken. It's only for parts. Do you think that went for more or less than $65? $65 the number.
I hated that console.
Sean answered first last time, so the next one is Brody.
Oh man, the won't turn on is such a modifier.
Yeah, right?
It's such a modifier. I'm gonna
higher or lower than 65. Lower than 65.
I'm gonna say lower. All right, going with lower. I'm going with lower, Bob.
Going lower. Chris, how much do you think that went for? Higher or lower than $65?
Do you think Bob Barker would have condoned spaying and neutering a Jaguar?
Yes. In fact, that's why.
That's why we're asking this question.
In that case, I'm going to say higher.
Higher. All right, Sean. Okay. What are you feeling? Heart of the cards.
Okay, heart of the cards, because it did me wrong last time.
My grandfather's deck screwed me over last time.
It did. So 65.
Yep.
Right. Only parts
65.
Doesn't turn on. I think the console itself is going north of 180 now. Maybe over 200 just by itself. I'm gonna say higher because it's specifically the parts, and I imagine people that have the Atari Jaguar are gonna somehow know how to put it together. So I'm gonna go higher.
Higher indeed it is, Sean. This item is higher. The price it sold for was $200.
What? Oh,
won't turn on.
I thought that's how much. Oh my gosh! I thought. Okay.
Maybe the seller's just savvy. It's like, I know these assholes will pay for it, so I'm gonna put it for $200.
The thing is, that's a sell for price. So someone bought it and it's conditioned for parts or not working. It is confirmed. It does not work.
It was $31. Someone's buying that and being like, "This will be a good table center. Like this will be a good talking piece." Gosh, put this in the middle of Thanksgiving
on my shelf for my YouTube videos.
Gosh. Exactly. It's like someone who buying a Virtual Boy, but it doesn't work. Just to have it on your shelf.
I mean, just put your Oculus
on it. I guarantee you can. What does an Atari Jaguar 64-bit sell for? Will turn on.
I don't know, but I will ask you the question of. Do you think that the Sega Dreamcast Black Sports Edition console bundle with controller, VMU, and memory card went for more than or less than $200?
That thing's a little beat up.
It's a
little beat up, but it comes with the controller. It all matches. You get a VMU.
2 VMUs?
No, 1 VMU, 1 memory card. The other one is not a VMU.
What?
It's just, it has a orange sticker on there that just says memory card. It's not a VMU.
Okay. Weird. Am I first?
Brody went first, and yeah, it is. Chris, you are first.
I'm going to say, this is hard.
$200, higher or lower?
I haven't looked at Dreamcast stuff in so long. I'm not sure where anything's at, but it is a special edition console. It's not like the special edition console, but it's one of them. I'm going to say lower, but I bet it's not that much lower.
Lower than $200. Sean, what do you think?
That.
I'm gonna say lower just because I think it'd be funny that'd be lower than the Atari Jaguar 64 that doesn't turn on.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, that's honestly just for the bit.
Well, Brody,
this is tricky because I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, Sega fans, Sonic fans, they're insane. They'll pay
Sports
more
fans.
than $200 for this. Like
sports.
they'll pay that. But then Chris, I trust his knowledge, so now it's thrown me off.
My first console was a Dreamcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with higher. I'm gonna go with my gut.
That's probably
higher?
smart.
Well, since you all split, someone did get a point. And should I say, 2 people got the point because it was sold for $199.99.
Yes! This penny came back, baby. The penny came back.
The penny giveth, the penny taketh away.
Jesus. Okay, so I was right. It was just barely under.
It was barely under. Oh man!
Shipping roll screws us once again. Poor Brody.
So I didn't plan on putting those two next to each other in the show, but when I saw the prices, I was like, no. This is it. This is it. This is it.
I probably would have gone higher, but I'm like, no, it's just, I think it's funnier that it'd be lower than the Atari Jaguar that doesn't turn on.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's the only reason that I voted for that.
Jaguar that doesn't work, Dreamcast functioning with the matching controller, a VMU, the wires, and another memory card. I'll take the Jaguar, I don't know.
Yeah, you get parts.
Exactly. It doesn't turn on though. But I do have another thing that is going to be going up on the screen right now.
Okay.
Unlike the Atari Jaguar that doesn't go up on the screen, we have Ichiban Kuji Dragon Ball 30th Anniversary Guest Figure Akira Toriyama Robo used.
This is diabolical, Justin.
So this is an Akira Toriyama figure.
And it's with the pen.
Rest in peace to the GOAT.
Is this the one that's a character of himself that he puts in
This is his OC that he puts in his mangas. And is dressed up like Goku. And this is being shipped from Japan. I will mention that it is being shipped from Japan.
And it's the pen.
Can we ask when it was sold?
This was sold
pre or post death is the question.
Post death. These items were sold like when I was putting this episode together. So from time of recording, like 5 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean, this is you are the price you are going over or under $199.99. That was the price of the Dreamcast. Do you think this sold for more than the Dreamcast?
I'm going higher, and here's why. One, it's after the death. 2, it's his character. And 3, the pen is specifically there. And like, I'm a big Akira Toriyama fan, so like, he always talked about like he always had this pen that he like drew with, and he was buried with that pen. So I'm gonna imagine someone found it very sentimental, and someone kind of, well, you know what? I'm just gonna jack the price up a little bit. So I'm gonna go higher than $199.99. I would have probably bought that, but I didn't. I bought a different figure.
I have another question before Sean locks in the answer.
Yes.
Can I ask the size of the figure? That may impact things a little.
Looks like it's about 10 inches tall.
Oh, actually,
proceed.
It's like, if you're looking at the camera, it's about this tall.
Real quick question though.
Okay.
Is it an actual like figure, or is it like a plastic?
It's an actual figure.
Yep, higher.
It was a thing. I think it was one of those lottery things. Those lottery systems in Japan where you like, if you get if you get the B prize, then the B prize would be something like this.
Yeah, that impacts.
They do that a lot.
Actually,
they do that a lot in Japan. So like, I would imagine it'd be something similar to that.
Yeah, but it's overseas. That's why I'm going higher.
Brody.
All other reasons.
Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be higher, and I also feel like saying lower it's like I didn't want to disrespect Bob Barker when I came in today. I don't want to disrespect Akira Toriyama. So I'm going to say higher.
All right. Chris.
Higher is logical, but with the way Justin's been handling this almost feels like a curveball. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be so pissed if it's lower. If it is
Like,
lower than a fucking Atari Jaguar 64 that doesn't work, I'm gonna scream.
Well, some of that money that you're winning off of this game show is going into the swear jar now, Sean.
That's fine. They need to know.
Chris.
I just don't know if I trust Justin enough for this to not be like $199.98. You know what I mean? Like, look at him. Just look at him up there. He's cheesing. He knows what he does.
But he's got it in your head now.
You're going lower?
You're doing the double think.
You're going lower?
Call me Shala Shaska. I'm going lower.
All right.
Double think.
Well, I'm going to show you the price now on screen. This went for $397.34. So not even close. This blew that Dreamcast out of the water.
Okay. It is more valuable.
It is way more valuable than a Dreamcast, unfortunately. Yeah. I do love the Dreamcast, but that is where it is. Our final item of the higher or lower round is Monopoly Game for Palm OS and Pocket PC by Hadmark Manual number A196. They actually misspelt it in the listing. I did not fix it. Do you think that this game went for more than $397.34?
Well, it's so specific.
I'm going to because that's the price of the Akira Toriyama figure. Do you think this went for more than less than Toriyama, Brody?
Oh, that's don't ever say those words
first. It's a manual. No,
it comes with the game. The game is in there. The game is in there.
The game is in there.
The game's in there with the manual. It's complete in box.
Okay, that changes everything. Lower.
Lower still. All right, we're going lower still for Brody. Chris,
it's Monopoly. How?
This reminds me of when you'd go into the little igloos in Animal Crossing in a GameCube, and you'd be like, "Oh, is it higher or lower? I'll give you a NES game."
I spit my water.
This one feels obvious, but the misspell in the title means probably not a lot of people found it, right?
Yeah.
Palm OS.
Palm OS.
I want to apply the same logic as the PSP thing, but that screwed me, so I'm going to say it's definitely lower. Okay. There's no weird fringe Palm OS collector paying more than that for this, right?
Maybe.
Maybe $400. Like, I swear to God, if it's exactly $400.
Now I'm really in your head, huh?
I can't think. See,
so famous.
The thing is, so like, I've gone to conventions where people sell PC games, and they're not very expensive. Like, I got freaking Diablo and Roller Coaster Tycoon and a bunch of other games for $5.
And this isn't even for PC. This is for Palm OS.
But the thing is, could I see someone in 2024 spending almost $400 on this stupid thing? It might be one person out there. There might be
this
one
is where
person
Justin's
out there.
like, I bought it for myself and I paid $500.
Justin's well, actually,
there might be one person out there, Sean, but it's eBay, so it's auction based. So if they don't have to pay that much, they won't be.
But
there has to be at least two people out there to drive the bids up.
And see, I kind of want to just say higher because, the whole bit, oh, it's going to be more expensive than Akira Toriyama, but then it's going to piss me off, and I don't want to do that. So I have to say lower.
All right. You're saying lower. You're saying
I'm
lower.
Scared.
And honestly, I got exactly what I wanted out of this round coming right after Toriyama because the price of this item was $1.68, which is a 35% discount from the asking price, but that's what it's sold for.
35% discount. Okay.
Also need to point out it was $8.60 to ship it.
Now imagine if they'd spelled Handmark correctly in the title. It would have been $400.
Yeah. They would have gotten their money if they actually did it properly.
Yeah. I also don't like phonetically saying Pocket PC too fast.
What's wrong with that, Brody? Why don't you say PC? Illustrate.
We are going into the final round of The Rate is Great. This is a double points round because I'm going to be asking two questions. How much we're going to original price is right rule, so you're going to guess the price. Going bust still accounts. And then this is the special bidding round. So all these items were bid on. So you guys are going to have to tell me how many bids were on the item as well. Closest one to that. We're not going bust on that. So if you get the number closest to the bid number, you will get an extra point. Okay. Right now we are sitting at Sean with 7 points and Chris and Brody are tied at 6.
Oh, this is close.
This is a very close game. This really can be make or break in this round. Starting with the first item in this round, we have the vintage 1999 Star Wars Jar Jar Binks watch Lucasfilm Limited. How much do you think that this item went for, Chris?
He still opens his mouth and you can tell the time. I'm so excited.
Are you?
Okay, so we're guessing price and the number of bids. I am going to say that Phantom Menace re-release just hit theaters, didn't it?
It's coming out soon.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I saw the poster up at the theater and went, why? So that would have jacked the price up, I'd say. So I'm going to say $31.99 with 4 bids.
$31.99 with 4 bids. All right.
The other two should copy my answer because I know what I'm talking about.
$12, 1 bid.
$12, 1 bid. All right.
Bringing 12 back, baby.
Brody.
I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to say $19.99 with 7 bids.
7 bids. All right. So with that round in the books, we have a tie game.
What?
Because the price of this item was $102.50.
What the
and there were 36 bids on it. So Brody gets the point.
So happy to be bid on.
Brody gets the point for the bids.
Many?
Brody gets point for the bid. Chris gets the point for the price because none of you went bust.
What the piss?
Facts and logic prevail.
I was wanting so badly for you to be the only one who bought this, and it was like $3.98, and you just like showed it off.
And
like,
guess what? I'm wearing it now.
$3.98. Because that would have been such a power move. But
it would have been. But now we are tied going into this next round, and this one is one that I am personally looking forward to. This is probably my favorite item on this game show so far.
Okay,
we have Super Mario RPG Mallow plush Takara 1995, excellent condition.
No.
Excellent.
Why is it a cursed image? Why did they curse it?
Wait, why'd they put it up? Wait, they took it out of the couch.
They took it out on the couch so they could take a picture of it for the auction.
You don't have to take it out, just take it. Okay.
Isn't the casting couch black leather?
Sean, how much do you think this went for, and how many bids were there on them?
I'm gonna be so angry.
It's an excellent condition.
Excellent condition. And I literally saw it in a case, and I'm gonna be so pissed off if the freaking Jar Jar Binks watch sold for more than it. So that's why I'm gonna go $198 with 12 bids.
198, 12 bids, keeping 12 alive, Brody.
Yep, have to bring 12 back somehow.
I misunderestimated Star Wars fans last round vis-a-vis price, and I'm not gonna make that mistake with Mario RPG fans. They are a crazy bunch. It's gonna be Mallow plush,
excellent
plush, 1995, excellent condition. That's gonna be $149.99 with 24 bids.
$149.99 with how many bids? 24?
24 bids.
24. All right, Chris. How much do you think that this went for, and how many bids?
I've been kicking myself because I follow someone who occasionally tweets about the Mallow plush and how outrageously expensive it gets and how rare it is. I didn't pay attention to the price.
Oh, you would have had an easy
going to lead me,
win if you knew.
This is going to lead me to still say $1,800.
Oh my God.
Oh.
With 37 bids.
37.
I thought you were just gonna. I kid you not. When you were like, I think it's gonna be pretty high, and I thought you were gonna say 300 just to like screw me over.
I mean, you know,
It's too late. You already said it. Shut
I may
up.
have still shot myself in the foot, but I think I'm closest.
I think that I don't think, I know for a fact that somebody is closest and just earned themselves 2 points because this item sold for $9,600 with 104 bids.
Fucking Christ!
Is that character even talking that game?
He does talk in that.
What?
He sold for
cool.
$9,600 with 104 bids on it, which means that there were active bidding wars on this. You do not find
I
a
know
Mallow
people
plush.
really want it. I just thought it was like closer to 2,600, so I was like, I'll go down healthily just to be sure.
You could have bought a freaking car with that. Instead, you get it in excellent. Does it come with the box?
It might. It might. I mean, it cost them $4.38 to ship it, so I'm guessing no.
Why did that shipping cost less than the one dude who sold the thing for like 9 cents, essentially?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't remember what it was at this point.
It was Monopoly. The shipping on Monopoly costs more than that Mallow plush that went for $10,000.
Did they even pad did they stuff it in an envelope? That's like envelope shipping.
They probably did like one of those, like they put it in like a bag and just like sucked the air out and just was like, all right, here you go.
Because I had,
honestly, in retrospect, the case should have been a bit bigger.
Yeah, because like I had to put the picture of the collection in here as well. Because first off, that's a flex. And second off,
good.
Like that's showing how much care and appreciation has gone into this Mallow plush in excellent condition.
I do like the King K. Rool thing, but is that a blue Yoshi with like big
it's
eyebrows?
It's Boshi from Super Mario RPG.
Boshi.
That's
He's got
right.
sunglasses.
Yeah.
Well,
There's like Dixie Kong blushes.
Yeah.
I was to cut in. I was astounded by Brody because Brody was like, I underestimated Star Wars fans last time, and I was like, no, he's going to get close. And he said like $130. I was like, all right, I got this.
I got this. This is a slam
I was
dunk.
like, okay. The watch went for a lot. Okay. So let's up it to plush.
He's got
Jesus.
Look
Man,
at that.
right.
That's
I love that.
9,600.
He's like staring into your soul. You paid $9,000 for like a cursed object.
Look at the Dixie Kong above it. That she's the one staring into your soul.
Well,
like, it's just deadpan, head empty.
We are
Thank you,
actually
PayPal
going
credit.
to move on to the next item since I'm on the one screen page right now. That
Okay.
item is Jesse Pinkman Archaic Affliction T-shirt Red Skulls XL Breaking Bad Rare. So this is a collectible item from the hit TV show Breaking Bad.
Okay.
This is not his shirt that he wore on the set. This is just
I was about to say,
a
that
replica
changes
shirt
things.
that
Oh.
you can buy.
Okay.
And so I'm going to ask the person who went last round, Chris. Not Chris. It should be Chris. If my math is right. Chris, how much do you think this sold for, and with how many bids?
This is rough because I've seen the Sly Cooper as my homeboy printed T-shirts, right? So this is just something like that.
Yeah.
But it is rare in all caps. That's what I'm saying.
Pretty rare.
It is rare in all caps. Breaking Bad memes are ever present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
$26.99 with 3 bids.
Okay.
3 bids.
I'm gonna
All
go
right.
reasonable.
Sean, how much do you think this went for, and how many bids?
$12 with 4 bids. I don't. It's that
work.
shirt just screams like tap out.
That is like a JCPenney 2003 shirt, right?
Yeah, I guarantee you, there's pictures of me on like MySpace wearing a shirt
like
similar to that. Yeah.
Brody, would you be found on MySpace wearing this shirt for the price that you're going to guess and the amount of bids?
You're damn right. I would. It all comes down to whether or not there was a bidding war on this thing. Because if there wasn't, it's low price. Mm-hmm. But if there was a bidding war on it, then it.
That's why this bidding round is always a fun one.
It's gonna be $60, $59.99, even though it's a bidding, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
$59.99 with 41 bids.
So you're taking a
41,
page out of the fact that the last 2 items were 36 and 104 bids and went for a little bit higher on the price.
Okay.
So we have split points again, and I'm almost tempted to give double points for that as well. We'll see. We'll see how things shake out if it actually matters, because the price of this item was $300, but with exactly 4 bids. So Sean got it on the nose. It was exactly 4 bids. Chris said 3, and I was like, "There's no way someone's gonna beat him out." And then Sean said exactly the right number. So
wait a minute, that sold more than the freaking Akira Toriyama thing.
No, it sold less. Akira Toriyama's $390.
You're right. All right, I'm sorry.
There's no reason to get mad at Jesse Pinkman. Okay. He's doing his best.
T-shirter.
Okay, I'm sorry. I yelled.
Don't worry about it. Oh man. I guess I missed out. $300.
I can't believe it was that high.
I told you it was rare.
Only 4 bids.
I told you it was rare. You didn't listen to me.
Look, it doesn't matter. I saw the Atari Jaguar 64 go for $200 and it didn't even work. I don't know what life is right now.
But the parts are valuable. I guess the parts are valuable.
Like I bought that ever wore it.
I swear I could buy that shirt for $12.
You could probably buy
JCPenney's
a replica, but not that one. That one's rare.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Unless it has Jesse Pinkman's sweat on it, I don't want it.
Well,
that's a sentence.
This might actually have Jesse Pinkman's sweat because it's a lot of 50 PlayStation 2 games, including Mojo, Ford Mustang 2, and NHL 200 in 2003. 203, Jesus. So we have.
Why would you advertise?
Don't look at my chest.
For the
there's like
for the chat and for audio listeners, there's like 6 or 7 jam packs in there. Triple Play 2002, NHL 07, MLB 2K5.
Karaoke Revolution.
A lot of there's a
High School Musical.
High School Musicals in there. Ultimate Codes for Grand Theft Auto, Vice City is in there. Ton of games. Nothing really jumping out to you.
Pile.
The best game in there is probably Mojo, and I have never heard of it. Last person that answered was Chris. So, Sean, how much do you think that this box of games sold for, and how many bids?
I almost said $12, but I don't think I should do that. I'm gonna go with $44.
Okay.
With
how many bids?
I almost said 12, but no, I'm not going to do 12. I'm going to do 7.
7 bids. All right, Brody. PlayStation 2.
John, I apologize. I had the number in my head already, but I'm going to go $50 with 3 bids.
3 bids.
Okay.
All right, Chris.
I wish that there was a lifeline that could be used. Like, is there a rare game in this pile? Lifeline.
I mean, there definitely isn't. They're advertising Mojo, Ford Mustang 2, and NHL 2003. So like, there's like they're only. I've looked through the box extensively. There's 1 duplicate game, and it is World Championship of Poker. They have 2 of those in there.
Yeah. It feels very like divorced dad selling his kids games that they left over. And that's why
I'm like. You're grounded. We're going to sell all of your games.
All your games were when you played NHL 2003 and 2005. And it's like, Dad, I don't even live with you anymore.
We're going to film it and put it on that TikTok too, son. Son of a bitch.
I'm going to burn it.
I saw Boogie in there, which is like the one PS2 game I see in any used store game I go into. So I didn't think it was like... Not the YouTuber. He might be in there too.
Yeah, you said Boogie and I just like had an immediate visceral reaction. Like, what?
That would increase the value, I'd say.
I'd go lower then. We're going
$9 to 1 bid.
I swear, if it's $12, I'm gonna scream.
$9, 1 bid. Well, I can comfortably say.
I like the angle, Chris. I like the angle.
If it's 12, I'm gonna.
I can comfortably say that. The way things are going, Sean might not need that extra point because it's sold for $47.89 with 17 bids.
What?
Mother!
That's almost $1 a game.
Oh, it's less than $1 a game. And Sean said,
I wish I had something to throw.
$44 and 7 bids. Pretty. I was honestly concerned that he bought this for his personal collection.
I do have a box similar to this, but it has a lot of sports games in it that I would never play.
So we are going into the final item of the show.
Okay.
Sean is at 10 points.
My fucking day.
Sean is at 10 points. Chris is at 9 points. Brody is at 8 points.
Okay.
This is still anybody's game. Anybody can. Brody can tie. Sean can take it. Chris can swoop in and steal the win off of Sean. The final.
You know what I'm gonna do? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take my headset off and not listen to what anyone else says.
All right.
That's gonna be really good when it's your turn.
Actually, I'm just gonna start waving. So watch the stream. I'll start waving when it's your turn, Sean, to answer.
Okay.
Our final item of the show. Lego Star Wars 7186 Watto's Junkyard.
It's my Lego set. Are those like Ritz crackers?
No. So this does not come with the box. It comes with just everything in bags. Brody, you have the first answer here. How much did this go for, and how many bids?
It went for $550.
$550
with 17 bids.
17 bids, going for the exact amount of bids as the last item. Chris, how much did it cost? How many bids?
Going to invoke some dark magic here, right? Mm-hmm. Phantom Menace came out in 1999. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say $19.99.
$19.99.
And George Lucas was 46 at the time, so it had 5 bids.
5 bids. All right. Sean, yeah. I'm going to start waving my hands now that you know to put your headphones back on. Sean, everyone has put their answer in. You are the final one to answer. How much do you think that Watto's Junkyard and Lego Star Wars 7186 went for, and how many bids on the item?
Can I see it one more time?
I sure can. That is what the item looks like. Someone left their shoe in there. That is not part of the lot.
He definitely just rolled over in his office chair and pointed his phone down and was like, "Yeah, son."
So all the pieces are there. They're in the actual bags.
Individual bags.
Because they look. Yep. Yes.
Carpet's dirty.
It is dirty, but like I guarantee that person has stupid amounts of money. I don't know why I feel it. I thought that was Mickey Mouse stuff for a second. Like the
that's a yellow. Fully furnished basement, right?
It is. All right. Yeah. So, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm gonna say $1,200 with 12 bids.
$1,200 with 12 bids.
We've inadvertently raised the stock on Watto, I think, so that might be a smart guess.
I don't know. I saw the freaking Jar Jar Binks thing go for stupid amounts of money. I don't know. I don't know Star Wars stuff, okay?
All right. I'm going to reveal the price, and by connection, I'm going to reveal the winner of Crub. Rate is great. Are you ready?
I don't even remember what I guessed.
Chris guessed $19.99 with 5 bids. Oh. Sean guessed $1,200 with 12 bids. And Brody guessed $550 with 17 bids. The correct answer was $69.96 with 1 bid.
What?
Which means
69?
$69.96 with 1 bid.
How was that $30 shipped?
That's
sorry.
So that means our final scores for the show: Chris with 11 points, Sean with 10 points, and Brody with 8 points. Chris is...
I didn't even process that I won. I was just like, so caught up on it being $69
and 96 cents.
I hate Watto. I hate Watto.
First of all, I'd like to thank Jeff Bezos for starting eBay. This was anyone's game, you know. So what happened? $69. How does it cost $30 to ship plastic?
How is the Lego set less than the watch?
How is it less than the broken Atari Jaguar?
Well, the watch tells time, you know.
The entire,
but at least like these things are in the same fan base, right? The Lego and the watch. So I'm thinking like
same trilogy, even.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's in the bags. The entire time I'm thinking there's going to be a 69 joke at some point in time. There's going to be a 69, and then like once I realized like we were at the end, I'm like,
it's not coming.
No, I have to go with the 12s. The 12s got me here.
The 12s giveth, and the 12s taketh away.
I almost said $12, but I would have been wrong.
I want a Crub game.
You would have been wrong, but you wouldn't have gone bust.
Did you buy?
I mean, you also won the dating game. That's Tommy Tallarico.
No, that was Tommy's game, not mine.
Wait, Tommy
Tallarico. Yeah, Tommy.
My mother would be very proud.
Tommy Tallarico, the tiger.
It's great.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I just gave them a persona.
So I will say that this went honestly better than I expected. Everybody was super close. It was competitive throughout. And I think we had a good variety of items that everybody had a chance of really hitting on. What do you guys think of the show? Not that you didn't. I mean, there were the ones that were the funniest. Gotta be the Mallow plush. When I saw that price on that plush, I said, "This is going in the show. I do not care if this goes over time. We are putting this in the show."
Yeah, that thing was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that.
Also, I can't believe Sean had 2 pretty much correct answers. And then fumbled the bag right at the end. With the extra point that I would have given you for getting 4 like on the head, you would have tied, which is what I was going to use that as the tiebreaker. If there was a tie, I'd be like, you know what? Chris and Sean tied, but Sean got that one on the head, so he would have won. But Chris did get the point edge on you on Watto's.
I'm going to remember this.
Edge.
Don't go to sleep.
Well, something that I think you should remember, Sean, is the Patreon question of the week. For this episode, because as a patron of the Patreon, you asked us the question this week.
I did.
Would you like to ask the question for everyone to hear and we can answer it?
No, I want you to read it.
Okay. This question comes from Wolfkaosaun, and the question is, if you could come up with a Lego set for any universe, what Lego set would you make?
Wow, that's synergistic.
It's almost like I got the question beforehand and put a Watto junkyard at the end.
Oh, that makes so much sense. I didn't even think of that.
That was my idea.
I'm the one who asked the
question. They're making Sonic Lego sets, so I'm like, wait, it's already real. Yeah.
Yeah. What isn't there a Lego set of?
I can tell you what I would want, like off the bat.
Okay.
And they're making figures of it in Walmart, but not Lego sets. I would love to either have Super Monkey Ball or Streets of Rage. Those two would be sick.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Like having stage 1 as a Lego set for Streets of Rage, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How would you do a game based on being in a sphere?
They have Pokemon Legos. Like that happens.
Yeah.
They have ball Legos.
Yeah.
But like I imagine there would need to be some interactive, like, roll the monkey ball down the lane.
I mean, I'm imagining it kind of like the the Mario ones where it's World 1-1, but like everything's just kind of in a station spot and you can just have it as like a statue on your shelf kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of too.
But does anyone else have any other answers, or is mine the best and no one else has an answer?
That is pretty good.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was saying Justin's is pretty good. Please go ahead.
Oh, so I have 2 that came to mind when I asked this. One would be Dragon Ball Z, because you don't really get too much of that. I would really like to make like a Lego Shenron, like coming out of the Dragon Balls, like as a stationary thing.
That would be pretty cool.
And the other one, I have to bring it up every single podcast I'm on. I would love a Kingdom Hearts, just anything Lego set, but like a Destiny Island, or especially whenever you go the like stained glass like pictures that they have. Would love to have like one of those as well. I know no one talked about Kingdom Hearts. I was surprised there was nothing Kingdom Hearts.
I'm kind of upset at myself for not putting something Kingdom Hearts on there, being like, Sean, I know you don't know the price of this, but please guess.
Oh yeah, when I saw Akira Toriyama, I thought it was coming.
No, I kind of tried to put one for everybody on this show. So I had Akira Toriyama for Sean, I had Full Metal Alchemist for Brody, and I had a Dreamcast for Chris.
Speaking of,
that makes sense.
I'd want to make the Kamurocho gate, the red gate in Yakuza. That'd be a cool Lego set. I feel like
that might get like a, like how they have those Lego sets of like iconic places in the world.
Yeah.
They have like one for the Eiffel Tower and one for the Colosseum. I think that would be a great one. That. That'd be a great one.
Oh, they
like the little street around it, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or like Shibuya and put Persona 5 in there.
Persona 5 invented Shibuya.
Brody. The first video game.
They did.
Brody. Yeah, I think I was thinking about this, and I think where I landed is you know how they people do that thing where they put like a Lego set in their wall. You know, like it's usually a custom thing. It's not an actual Lego thing.
Oh.
No, okay. So there's a thing where people will like literally like excavate like a wall or like a pillar in their home,
like an aquarium.
They'll make it look like it's like
Lego, the end wall.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
Part
yeah,
of the,
and like
part
it's
of
like
the
a thing
wall
that like
or the pillar look like
you
it's
build into
made
it
of Lego.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I would love a full Hollow Knight world map that I could like build into my wall.
Yeah, you could do. Oh my gosh! Now I'm imagining like,
and it would look kind of like almost like an ant farm.
Yeah, that's
that
what I was
would be
thinking.
pretty great.
I like that.
And you can have little like Hollow Knight guys all over the map fighting different bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be fucking
Gamers. Well, I think that this was an absolutely fantastic episode. I hope everybody had as much fun as I did running this show. We had some really great items, and hopefully if you guys liked it, we can do a part 2 in the future.
Let us know.
I'm down.
But that being said, this has been your host, JTart9, here with Mykonos fan, Rackrocks, and Wolfkaosaun. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of the Crubcast, and we'll catch you next week.